Welcome back. Our Lowcountry Live celebrity analyst is back again for all the latest buzz surrounding ABC's hit reality show, The Bachelorette.
It's heating up. Joining us now is Penelope Jean. Good to see you, Penelope.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome back. And you know what? Things
again.
really heating up this week.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, Casey on the show yesterday, he got one of the personal dates with Allie.
He did.
And he sang.
It was so funny.
That's not funny.
It really was. It turns out he's not a very good singer. Here he goes. Let's watch this.
Black glass, and I knew right then first moment that you and I would last.
Nice try.
On the beach in California.
The expression in her eyes,
made me
Angela,
start
please
to
stop.
believe, and now in New York City.
I was
and
saying
it's
stop.
just you and me.
Yeah, she should have interjected here and said, you know what? That is so
Please.
sweet.
Oh, man.
And there's some other excitement last night, too. The one that really got to me was the tattoo, obviously.
Well, then that's Casey.
Yeah.
Casey did that as well. So
Well, he
after
had
He's
to do
going
that,
out on a
didn't
limb.
he?
Absolutely.
He
So
had to
after
do
he
that.
sang, he pretty much blew it, and she did not give him a rose, but there was an opportunity to make up for it, and she gave him some advice that if you just open up to me a little bit more. So he thought it would be a really good idea to get this tattoo on his wrist. And
Never a good idea, guys out there. Never a good idea. Unless you're married and things are going great, get a tattoo.
No, he
And
has
I
it
thought
for
that
life.
was part of it in the one-on-one. I thought if you didn't get the rose, that was it. But they kept him around.
Right, it should go that way. So I think
Yeah.
they made a special circumstance for Casey last night.
'Cause
He's
he
probably
went
just,
out of his way. Yeah.
I think he's too much fun on television. We got to keep him around.
Yeah, what does he have cooked up next? That's right.
Well, when Allie said that she thought he was just feeding her lines. So what do you think of that? Do you think he's sincere?
I think he is. I think he's just very awkward.
Kind of like Alvin Green.
A little bit.
Awkward. Little
Well, that's a
awkward.
lot awkward, Dave.
Well, let's get to Roberto, obviously the Charleston native and maybe a favorite of some folks out there. What is he up to this week? Because I know he was a standout as well.
I think so. I mean, I think he's certainly my favorite. I've said that before, and he just seems like a really down-to-earth guy. She seems to like him, and I just can't help but cheer for him because he's from Charleston.
There you go.
Now, does it show on TV who is really sincere and who's kind of phony?
I think that it really exaggerates all of your personalities. The situation is there's a lot of pressure. They have long hours. They're taping long hours. A lot of times they're hungry. There's also alcohol involved.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it really just is a situation that amplifies any personality traits, good or bad. And Jesse Sinsack is on the phone with us today, too.
That's
And
right.
he can probably tell
Exactly.
us a lot about this.
Yeah, inside view here. So, how you doing, Jesse?
I'm doing great. I mean, somebody needs to call American Idol because everybody on that show seems to be an aspiring singer.
I guess so.
Not so great, but yeah, maybe for the blooper reels. But yeah, definitely. So, you know, we were talking about this. How sincere are these guys on this show? I mean, are they just making a play, or are they really, you know, really interested in this girl?
You know, I think Penelope hit the nail on the head there. It really exaggerates everything that you do. So if you're being a total knucklehead, it's going to exaggerate that. And if you're being real, you know, like Chris L. and Roberto, it's really going to exaggerate that. And, you know, those guys are super genuine, and the fact that they're just being themselves on camera, I think, really shows strong on the show.
Now, Jesse, you've been on The Bachelorette, and what does it take to make that relationship last? Because things change when the cameras are gone, right?
Yeah, you know, when you go on the show, it's an experience that you can't really explain. You know, everything's perfect. The thing you don't realize after the show is you just want to get back to normal life. You know, you just want to go with your girl and go to the grocery store and walk the dog and whatever, and there's always cameras around, so it makes it very difficult. Both people have to be on the same page when it comes to after the show. If, you know, one of them wants to go to church and the other one wants to hit the crack pipe, it's not going to work out.
No, I wouldn't think
Of the
so.
spectrum,
Wow.
yeah, that always will ruin a relationship. Definitely, yeah.
No crack pipe. Stay away from that. Jesse, I know that you hosted MTV Made and the Winter Olympics recently, as well as an episode of America's Most Wanted. Is there anything else that you've been up to lately that you want to share with us?
Yeah, you know, I've been working really hard with JSAC Snowboarding. It's a nonprofit that I started about 10 years ago, and you know, we had a girl by the name of Faye Galini that we sent to the Olympics this year, and I'm really excited about that. And just doing some charity work with the Denver Roller Dolls, and I've been having a blast. You know, Colorado's a beautiful state to live in, and I'm just blessed.
And I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more from you in the future. Is that right, Jesse?
It's probably true. We'll just have to see what the future holds for me.
Excellent.
Definitely. Thank you, Jesse, so much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
All right.
So
Wow.
Penelope, where do we go next with the show?
Well, they're going to Iceland next.
Iceland?
Really?
Yes,
'Cause they were in
actually,
New
she's
York
taking
this
it.
week,
They actually went to New York in order to leave on a trip around the world.
Right.
So Iceland, and I understand Portugal's next, and I believe they end up in the South Pacific.
See,
Could be Bora Bora.
Now I could
Wow.
be a contestant just to go to all those places.
Right, I
What
think
an
so.
experience.
Yeah. No
Yes,
kidding.
sign Dave up. It's that wife thing that's holding you back, probably.
What? I could stow her away with me.
She'd understand. All
You
right.
could go as crew.
Well, definitely. And remember to watch Lowcountr Live every Tuesday morning during the season of the ABC's The Bachelorette. Penelope will recap each Monday's show with us.
And you can go ahead and email us here at lowcountrylive@abcnews4.com with your questions for Penelope and everything in the world of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Plus,
Yeah, you can also send us your feedback on episodes of this season's Bachelorette. We will select your viewer comments and questions to be possibly put on air.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
we would
so we can
love
hear some
that. The
feedback
viewer
from our
feedback
viewers.
would be fantastic. We'd like to
Yeah.
read those and talk about that. And also next Tuesday, I'm going to be joining you from the Gulf of Mexico. We're filming a television show, Sizzle Reel, so I will join
There
you
you go.
from there
Wow.
and be there.
well, you'll have to let us
All
know
right.
your take on what's going on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
Very
I'm
forward
very
to that.
interested as well.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's not affecting the area that we're in,
Well, that's
All right.
good.
but yeah.
All right, Penelope,
thanks,
thank you so
Penelope.
much for
Thank you.
joining
Always
us
great
with
to
the
see
scoop.
you.
All right. And don't go away, because after the break, we've got an update on your weather, and the Charleston Museum is here with an exhibit that is sure to be fun for the whole family. Stay with us.